Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. In today's video, we're going to take a closer look at this GMA-S2100. Yes, this is the smaller version of the ever popular GA2100, or what the YouTubers are calling it, the Casioak or Casioak in short. So this one is gonna be a slightly shorter video, I hope, because when I first received the watch, I did like a full-on comparison with the regular GA2100, where I took out the bezel or the resin shroud and did a couple of measurements comparing it with the regular GA2100. So why don't we start off with some measurements here as usual. The watch has a width of 43.1 millimeters. It has a thickness of about 11 millimeters. It has a lug-to-lug distance of 46 millimeters measuring from the shroud. This watch, like the regular size GA2100, it's powered by the same analog digital module, which is, if you can see here, is the module. Let me just try to zoom in a bit. The 5611. Yes, it's the same module or caliber, or you want to call movement, powering the two watches. Okay, so it's an analog digital watch. So we have hands for the hour and minutes, as well as the day of the week. And beneath there, we have a small digital display. Okay, for this smaller version of Casioak, I believe they have 4 different colors when it was first launched. I think there's a white, there's a pink, there's a salmon, and there is this black version. But the black version, all the hour markers, they are gold or rose gold plated. The same goes for the handset. They are all rose gold plated here. So it could be a bit divisive because rose gold and black, maybe you can say that it's a good combination, but some would argue that maybe it might just be too flashy for a rugged watch. But anyhow, I'm still on the fence of the rose gold markers. If possible, if there is any aftermarket indexes, I might swap it out. Okay, for the regular GA2100, we have a lot of aftermarket hour markers for that watch. And nope, they are not individual piece here. We are talking about a ring that has this hour markers like embossed, or it's a single, it's molded into a single piece here. And the hands, I think I did a video, like a music video for the watch. And if you can see, they are not the highest quality hands here. If you look at the video, especially on the edges of all the hands, we can see like there are a lot of burrs. When you cut sheet metal or you cut very thin pieces of metal and the tool is not sharp enough, and you do not have like additional secondary process to clean up that, you will have a lot of like sharp edges, or rough edges, and some bits and pieces left over, which we call it as burr. So yeah, but for the price and for this being a G-Shock, I think it's still okay and acceptable here. In terms of legibility, the analog hands and all that is okay, but when it comes to the digital display, there is always a bit of a challenge if it's a negative display. But hey, it does come with quite a bright LED light. I'm not sure if it's showing up here. You press the light button. Nope, it's not showing up in this lighting. Yeah, it's not showing up. So it's bright daylight here. So yeah, I think I did I cannot remember. It's a white LED light. There is a light at that bottom corner, and somehow the entire LCD display lights up as well. Let's cycle through the modes and functions that we have for this watch. So yeah, you have world time. Okay, you can cycle through the times of the city, I believe. Yep, London, Madrid, Paris, Rome. So you can use that secondary display to show you time zones of different parts of the world. So this is the first mode, and the second mode is stopwatch. Yes, you can have your stopwatch, so you just press start to start and adjust to reset. Let's do start, press start again, it will stop, and then you press adjust, supposed to reset. The next mode is the timer. Then we have alarm. I cannot remember how many alarms do we have. Let's just quickly cycle through. So we have 5 alarm and signal. So I don't normally turn on this, turn on the signal, and that's it. Basically, that's all the function for the watch. So to adjust the watch, you press and hold. Then you will see all the hands starts to move away, or I'm not sure why the day of the week hands is moving, but the hour and minute hand will somehow move away so that you don't have any obstruction of that digital window. So the first thing you see is your home time zone. So I'm in Malaysia, so my home time zone is in Singapore. So you can cycle that through the start button. So we go to the next mode. This one is daylight saving time. We don't have daylight saving time here, so that is why it is off. This is how you would like to display the digital time. You can choose a 12 hour, or you can choose 24 hour. So I'm gonna move it back to 12, and this is the second. So you press start to reset the second, the hour, a minute, and the date, the year, the month, the date. And yeah, so this is whether or not you want to hear beeps when you press. So you can press start to change with the musical note. I believe there is a beat, and mute is mute, and that's it. And let's cycle through. There's light. So after you press the light button, how long should the light stay on? So I'm setting it to 3 seconds, and that's it. This is basically all that we have on the watch. So once you set the time, the analog hands, I would call it, they are slave to the digital time. Unlike the older Casio edifice, you can set the handset position, the time of the hands and the digital time slightly differently. But here, I think they made a better choice, making it a slave, so that sometimes I had problem with my older edifice, analog digital edifice, where the analog hands does not match the time shown on the digital display. I believe this is a better execution. So I guess all of you are here for one thing. You want to see if how does this watch wear on a small wrist. So I have a small 6-inch wrist, or 15.2 centimeters wrist. I'm gonna put the watch on my wrist and show you guys how it looks. Alright, so this is how the watch looks on my small 6-inch or 15.2 centimeters wrist. The watch really sits better if you were to compare with the regular GMA-S2100, and I'm on the 1, 2, 3, 4, the 4th hole before the last one, and I think it still look okay. It's not too big, but it's definitely a sport watch, so it still looks kind of sporty even with the gold hour markers. I believe it still looks sporty, especially from afar when you're doing your workouts, when you're jogging. People will know that okay, you're wearing a proper sports watch, and I don't think you have any problem taking the watch for a swim, because it's rated for 200 meters of water resistance. And here I think it's just a regular mineral crystal. I don't think there is any anti-reflective coating from the way it's playing with the light, but it's still sufficient for a regular G-Shock. And before we end, I'm just gonna quickly show you guys about the what do you call the watch band. Okay, like its bigger brother, the regular GMA-S2100, this watch comes with quick release band, but I don't think, or unfortunately it does not or in a way, how should I say, it's not compatible with the bands on the regular GMA-S2100. So if you're looking like, to mix and match and play with the colors, you are out of luck until Casio decides to release new colorways or more colors for these watches. I'm not too sure if you can find aftermarkets one as of now, because this watch is still relatively quite new. How do you like even determine if a G-Shock is new? Well, just look at the number of fakes in the market, like the regular GMA-S2100. I was like really concerned when I'm buying one online, because there are like tons and tons and tons of fake. But for this one, I don't think there is any fake yet. It's not to say that there will not be. It's just that it's quite new and they still do not have fake for this. Well, this is from the Carbon Core Guard series. There is a carbon core if you take out the shroud. So if you want to look at details of how the carbon core looks like, please go back to the video where I did a comparison with the GMA-S2100. Unfortunately, it does not come with a metal buckle. It's just a plastic buckle. So I think it's a cost down approach from Casio, switching from metal to a plastic. But I think it's still okay. But in terms of strength and ruggedness, I'm not sure how this would compare to the stainless steel buckle. Maybe somebody with the right tools should do like a stress test or strength comparison between these two buckle. And yep, the strap, if you have a bigger wrist, I don't think you have problem wearing the watch, because like the strap is quite long and you should have more than enough holes even if you have a bigger wrist. Oh, I'm on the 4th hole with 6-inch wrist, so even if you have bigger holes, I don't think there should be any issue. Right, I guess that's it for this video. If you're new to the channel, please help to subscribe to the channel. It really helps me a lot. And yeah, take care and stay safe, guys. Bye bye. I'll catch you guys in the next video.